Hello everyone and welcome to another stream. Today we're back in X-Plane. We did a lot of Microsoft Flight Sim flying last week, but this week we are going to be back in X-Plane, and here we are with an aircraft we've not flown in quite a while on the channel actually. It is of course the Rotate MD-11 Freighter. The passenger variant is hopefully coming soon, so why not get a little bit prepared for that and fly the MD-11 again. Now, we're currently in Antalya and we're going to be flying to Cairo, and when we get to Cairo we are going to be taking a look at the newly released, I think it was only released about a week or two ago, the new TaiModels Cairo scenery for XP12, and it is very, very good. As always, as expected from TaiModels, and a big thank you to Tai for providing the channel with a copy to review. So, yeah, let's get started. And MT Aviation, welcome. Thank you for being a member on the channel. Grant Redmond, welcome to you too. Thomas13, yes, indeed, the good old MD-11, and of course, very supportive. Thank you for being a member as well. Explain Aviator, welcome. So, let's hop right in then, and we are gonna get the aircraft all powered on here. Hey Antonio, welcome. Any news on the price for the passenger version? Not yet as far as I know. I do hope if we have the freighter version we get a nice discount on that. And there it is. Aircraft comes to life then. So I'll just turn my sounds back to what they normally are, and we can go external power them. Beautiful. Using the Mango Studio sound pack, of course, today. Get the ADAs aligned. It should self-test. There it is. Fantastic. And if we just hit the, let's do an APU test. Perfect. So that's done. Let's get the seatbelt signs, no smoking. We're not off. We are just flying cargo today. So we'll arm the emergency lights. Nav is already on. We don't need any of this stuff just yet. Let's go ahead and hit start stop on the APU, so that we'll get that running then. And actually, the first time I've flown the aircraft on this PC, so it's been a while since I've flown it. But let's see what we can do here. So, gonna need to fly the MD-11 tomorrow. You know, this aircraft I don't fly enough. I really don't. And you know, MD-11, sorry, Rotate have done a fantastic job. They really have. So we are at. Oh, we need to. You know what we need to do? We need to brief the route. So let me just bring up Navigraph for you. As I, my phone fell. All right. So here we are, and as you can see, we are here at Antalya, a very popular holiday destination in Turkey. I think it's the first flight from Turkey I've ever done as well, actually. So we're here at LTAI. We're going to be departing runway 36 Charlie, 36 Center. So we're here at the cargo ramp, and it's a pretty short taxi here to the runway. And then we're going to be departing on the Tom 1 Whiskey departure. We have auto running for this area, as I don't have any autos currently downloaded. But auto is doing a fabulous job. And then we're going to be flying all the way down here into Egyptian airspace then. And again, I do have orthos generated for this tile here. But this stuff here will be all from auto, and I've got a nice tile with a custom mesh patch file as well. So it all looks very nice with a nice mesh as well. So, no star into Cairo. Apparently there's none available. So we'll just be going direct to the center fix for the ILS runway for 05 center. So we don't have a huge taxi back. And then we'll go to the cargo apron just here. So that's the route for today. We have an alternate of Taba International, which is just over here. And yeah, should be a nice flight then. So we'll jump back into X-plane. And alright, let's put all of that in then. So, Lima Tango Alpha India. And then HECA, so Hotel Echo Charlie Alpha, and put that in there. Our alternate is HETB, so that's Hotel Echo Tango Bravo for our alternate. Initialized IRS. Flight number, we are CUDA 818 as per usual, so CUDA 818, put that in. And cruise, let's see what we're cruising at. We are cruising at flight level 350. From my SimBrief flight plan. So 350, it goes in there. Cost index 176. Fantastic. Alright, so next page. We do need to do our weight and balance. So if we go in here then. And right, so our total payload. Let me bring up. Right, payload 70.6 tons. So put this, you know, I can probably just type it, 7600. So put that in there. Block fuel today is going to be, a lot of fuel. 21.5 tons. So 21500. Taxi fuel, just leave that empty. Ballast empty. Trip fuel then, so this is just for performance calculations. The trip fuel is 10.5 tons. And there it is. We have a lot for our alternate, so I can actually show you on Navigraph here. Let's see. So, we open the SimBrief, the flight plan here. We can see that so our trip fuel, so this is all we need to get to Cairo, is 10.5 tons. And then we've got an extra 15 minutes, which is 2 tons. because this thing burns 8,056 kilos an hour. So yeah, very hungry. And then at alternate, we've got an extra 5 tons, FinRes 3 tons. So actually quite a lot of fuel for such a short sector here, which is interesting. But we'll go with what it says. Where do you get the name CUDA from? I can explain that a little bit later once we get in the air. No sim brief integration. No, unless I'm missing something. But no, not that I know of. But anyway, what we can do is apply that load. And you can see here, our zero fuel weight is 1855. And our zero fuel weight from sim brief says 189. So only about 4 tons out. It's not too bad at all. That's completely fine. But we'll just go with that today. So back to home. And alright, let's finish up here. So it's already filled up this page for us. 8 tons per hour, a first-year-old lady. Absolutely. Yeah, 8 tons an hour. A lot. And we don't need to do this. That's fine. So, init is done. Let's go to flight plan and start doing that. So, from here, we're doing the SID Tom 1 Whiskey. That's a lot of, you know what? That's a lot of stars. So let's select the runway first. 36 center. That's going to filter out some of those SIDs so we don't have to scroll as much. Tom 1 Whiskey. There it is. So we can insert that. And then, right, so after Tom B, if I bring up my route, going direct to Razda. So I think I can, just like an Airbus, I can. There we are. So Razda direct to Deg G or Deg D. So Deg D, just like that. And then we are direct to the ILS. So textures to the left of the FMC need upgraded a lot. Looks like pixels great. Yeah, this doesn't look. I've never noticed that before. But yeah, that needs an upgrade. The rest of the aircraft is textured very nicely. I mean, look at that. So yeah, I'm not sure why that's left as like that. Unless something's gone wrong with my install. I've not noticed that when I've previously flown the aircraft. But yeah, all the textures up here look good. So yeah, if they can adjust that maybe. And I guess down here needs a bit of work. For sure as well. Right, so let's see here. Alright. Star, and then it's 05 center, and then it's gonna be the. Oh, hang on. No, what am I doing? Button push ignored. Yeah, that's fine. It's not 05 center, it's ILS 05 center. So I 05 center. There it is. I'm gonna insert that. Close the disco, and as you can see, we'll go direct to the center fix. That looks good to me. So, I think this looks good here. It does. Looks okay. Let's do our takeoff and approach. It doesn't have sim brief for weight and balance, but it does for the flight plan. I do it all the time. Oh, really? I didn't know that actually. Oh, is it here somewhere? Maybe we can do it. I'll have to look into how to do that, unless I forgot, because I've not flown this plane in a while. We don't have a calculator, do we? No. So we just do this manually then. So first thing, packs are going to be on. Slope wind. So I'm going to use Navigraph here to grab the slope for the runway. So we're departing 36 center, so 36 center. Bring up all the information. 0.03 slope, so that's positive slope. So we're going to put up, I think it is, this is how you do it, up 0. Oh yeah, there is. So 0.03, and then it's slash and the headwind component of the wind. So put HD in here, And the headwind component of the wind is just 2 knots. I remembered that right. Perfect. All right. And temperature here is 29 degrees. Very warm evening. Flaps will be 15. So let's just check that my dialer flap is set correctly. You have to set up downloaded for sim brief. Oh, you mean right? Yeah, I see. You can use the there it is, 15. Yes, you can use the. I know what you mean, but my brain is not braining. You mean downloading the flight plan, then importing it using the company route? Yes, yeah, you can do that. So, right, flap 15 set, V speeds are all good. And that looks fine to me, okay. Let's see what's going on up here. We are on APU power, so turn that gen on. Things are coming back to life. We still have our flight plan. Alright, good. I thought it did that automatically. I thought it switched gens automatically. I guess it doesn't. Again, been a while since I have flown this aircraft. Everything else looks okay for now. Let's close the doors, get our pushback then. So, ground ops, we can dismiss all of this stuff, close the doors. There they go, all closing up. And we'll get the pushback. There it is. Better pushback. It wasn't wanting to work there for a second.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Alright, so can we not start the pushback? Why can't we start the pushback? Is it because...
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Perfect. How to improve nightlight? There is a couple of nightlight packages on the forums that you can use to improve. Visual XP does it as well. And another add-on, Atmo X will do it as well. That's payware. But in all honesty, I just use the default night lighting. It's not too bad. The range could be improved for sure. So I need to look into how to do that. But the default night lighting isn't too bad. And okay, I think we are good to go here. Can't remember if there's anything else we gotta do. Weather radar will leave for now. Auto brake.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So our cruise altitude, which is 350. Speed 162. I don't know if this is the procedure you do in an MD-11, but this is what I know. So we'll go with that. If we go to plan here, we can look through our plan. So that's the landing. Here's a takeoff, our departure. And that'll look as we expect. So we'll go back to map, decrease the range. The range you can see down there. And alright. Yeah, the range is not great. But I'm sure there's I think there is ways to improve that for sure.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so I think where's the bleed? Let's get the APU bleed on. And we should be good to right. Beacon. Should be good for pushback. Windshield defog. Get that on. Alright, so disengage parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And go to engine ignition A. And alright then, let's go ahead and start engine number 1 first. So pull that. There it goes. And we'll get the fuel on in just a second. it hits that blue line. There it is. Fuel can go on. There it goes. Lovely sounds. We do need to set altimeter as well, actually. So let me just set that. That's going to be QNH 1010. So I need to switch to hectopascals 1010. That should be set on the FO side as well. There it is. Perfect. It's all synced up. Wonder when volumetric lighting will be properly supported. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Although I feel like that might kill FPS a little bit. And look at the mountain ridges around us. I mean, this is all auto. It looks pretty good. Very nice. And good start on engine 1. I'm just going to go in, you know, engine 1, 2, 3. So engine number 2. What the actual start procedure is, I'm not 100% sure, but this will work for sure. I do think the bloom does need tweaking a bit. I know they are reworking lights and trying to fix the dark cockpit issue that we sort of have going on. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But yeah, I do agree. The bloom is needs tweaking a little bit, but I do generally like it if it gets maybe tweaked a little bit. Good start on 2. Let's go engine number 3 then. Final engine.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Do you have a LTAI scenery? Nope, this is all default. Other than the, well, orthos from auto, but the actual airport itself is default. With like the cargo terminal, the passenger terminal's over there. But I do have a really nice, scenery, of course, the TaiModels scenery, for when we get to Cairo. Alright, so wait for them to disconnect then. Oh yeah, look at that. Quick flight control check, so 4 left, 4 right, 4 forward, 4 back, and rudders, 4 right, 4 left. Perfect.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Do you know how to screen record with NVIDIA Shadow Play while using lossless scaling? Apparently turning off desktop capture apparently helps, although I've never been able to get it to work. The only way to record that I've had to be able to work and that I use all the time, including right now, I do have, as you can see, I do have lossless scaling working right now, is using OBS, and I do have a video on how to do that as well. They're disconnecting. So APU can go off. I think that should now turn the APU off. Alright. We'll get the other lights on in a second while we taxi. I think it's too much. I need to put sunglasses on. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we could, if we put sunglasses on now. There, that's a little bit better. A little bit better. But then the cockpit gets really dark, so. Alright, so, yep, they're disconnecting. What's happening with my... Looks like my gear lever's opposite. Let me just fix this real quick. That's weird. I don't know why I would have to do this, but my gear up is gear down, which is interesting. Landing gear up. Alright. That work a little bit better? No. Alright, I'm gonna set that back. I guess it's just the way it's working then. The Nikon Bravo is weird in how the gear lever works. It's a little bit strange, so it's probably just that, to be honest. There we go. We can lock it down. Hey, good evening, V Skychat. Welcome. Right, they have disconnected. So taxi light on, runway turn off, lights and the wing lights can go on. The nav light is on when the light is off. High intensity is our strobe. We don't need that yet. It's just gonna. Do I click that? How do I turn the APU off? Alright, well, let's go ahead and taxi. And we'll get on our way here. Need to set trim. So where's our trim? Stab 5.5. So where's my trim? There's my trim. So 5.5. It was indeed 5.5. So keep it going. You know, you wanna. This way is easier. 5.5. Right, trim set. Off we go. We need a fair bit of power to get it moving. I have so many FPS bugs. Oh, really? Just turn off the APU bleed. It should turn off. APU is not off. If you do not click on APU bleed and then on the APU stop, it will continue running. Right. So APU bleed is on. Is off. There's it. Now it's going off. Perfect. Thank you, guys. All right. That's good. And let me bring Navigraph back. Thank you very much, all of you, for that. Let me get my head tracking on here. Alright, so we're going to make a left turn here. Looks like there's an aircraft taxiing out there as well. What a beautiful plane. Make this left turn now. And I guess we're going to be following this plane out. Bit bright outside. And yeah, we'll taxi out. We'll get the auto flight armed in a second. And we're going to take not the first but the second left. His APU is turning off. It is, I believe. Auto brake takeoff, perfect. Tried everything to get my XPlane 12 to look and run as good as my Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I found my my XPlane runs better in general. Definitely less crashes and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks. You can get it fairly close, and to a point where it does look quite good. But I don't think it will ever get to the point of looking like Microsoft Flight Sim. At least not with current. Oh, come on, turn. My toe brakes aren't working, apparently. I think it's because of this setting, and I just saw flaps. Yes, I do need to do that as well. So, right. There's a setting on here, use hardware toe brakes. There it is. Now I should be able to use my actual toe brakes. And we're going to follow this guy out. I'm just going to check my toe brakes are working. They are working. Alright. Something I should have checked earlier. And flaps. And, yep, flaps 15. Have you ever flown in Brazil? I think we have flown a little bit in Brazil. I know I've done a few videos on Brazil. at least in my Pilot's Life series, but we can do more flying there for sure. So we'll just wait at the hold point here, Golf 9. This Azure Air 767, so we'll stop there. Set the parking brake. So, flaps are set, thank you very much for reminding me. So I think this can go off, right? Or is that gonna, yeah, no, that's not gonna work, okay. Oh, DFDR, okay. So all of this stuff is looking good. Landing lights on, nose light to taxi, high intensity can go on. Weather. So weather radar, that should be on there. So, alright, weather radar is on. I'm going to put traffic on as well, and then TCAS, TARA. And that's on as well, alright. I'm not derated, and this thing will climb like a rocket. But for the fun, I thought let's not derate it. So that aircraft, come on 767. Yeah, we should be good for this takeoff here. I'm gonna so if I remember right, click auto flight, takeoff clamp, and we'll arm FMS speed, nav, and profile afterwards. All right. Oh no, okay, they were just taxiing, so we're gonna taxi onto the runway then. And off we go. So we'll taxi onto the runway here. And as you can see, it is technically an intersection takeoff, but we're using maybe 100 meters less runway, so definitely more than enough runway. Need a lot of rudder input, at least on my pedals, to make this thing turn. I don't have a hardware tiller. So we're lining up with the runway then. Hey Mint Mellow, welcome. And alright, so ready to go. We'll advance the thrust. So I think let's go 50%, let it stabilize. And there it is, takeoff thrust on the PFD. Just as the other 767 takes off as well. Lovely sounds, forward pressure on the yoke. Airspeed is alive, 80 knots. Release forward pressure, there's 100. Keep it on the center line. We're gonna easily catch up to the 767. There's V1. And rotate. There we are. So, gear up, bye bye. Beautiful. You can see that pitch that we're it's telling us to go there. Beautiful. What a lovely departure. So I won't engage autopilot just yet, but I'll go FMS speed, nav, and profile. There it is.
Traffic.
And I knew that was going to happen because that's 767. But we'll be fine. I can see them in front of me. We're already above them. There they are. Let's climb more, I guess it's telling us to climb. Absolute rocket ship. Hope the sounds are all okay for you guys. External sounds are a little bit loud. Very, very cool. Pitch down then. Following the flight directors. And let's engage autopilot then. So, autoflight. Autopilot is engaged. And there we are then. Very nice. And we'll get the flaps up in a second here. That's a stabilizer motion. Right, flaps up then. Gear is up, fantastic. Everything here looks good. What is the transition altitude here? Take a look at my charts. Alright, so transition altitude is 15,000, so we're good for a while. Beautiful. Fantastic. Nice, my father's captain in Latam, Brazil, and he has a YouTube channel. ASA Aviation Space and ATC. I'm from Brazil. Oh, very nice. I'll have to check out the channel. That's really cool. With the auto fly, after 70% it will engage. Fantastic. Oh, that's cool. So you don't have to click it once before you take off, or do you still have to do that? Hey, Let Raphael. Hey, welcome. Great seeing you flying my favorite aircraft. Oh yeah, it's a fantastic plane. It really is. Wish I could fly on XP12 again. FPS or solo, I've like 20, and even with mid settings. Any tips? Q8 Pilot has some great videos on optimizing X-plane. If you do want to take a look at those. It really depends on what your PC specs are, but more than happy to help in the Discord. What traffic are you using? This is Traffic Global from Just Flight, and I have a mod install which is new models and schedules, so updated schedules is quite important as well. So that's what I'm using today. How do you get a purple line on the PFD? The flight directors? I just clicked auto flight and I got the flight directors, I suppose. I'm not really sure what I did there, but it is automatically engaged for me. Normally you have to click it on after, I see, okay, after lineup, perfect, got you. Alright, very, very nice indeed. Look at those, this mountain range. How beautiful is that? This is all auto and it's fantastic. This is streaming from the internet. Very, very nice. I have some tips on how to improve the way auto looks, which I'm using right now. And as you can see, even in the distance there, the autos look pretty good. So I will be sharing these tips in an upcoming video. The main one really is, look at that, beautiful. The main one for auto really is just increasing the minimum zoom level. By default it's at 12 and I increase it to 13, so it's just you know, one step higher. So performance wise it didn't make any difference for me. Quality wise makes a massive difference because if you didn't know, zoom level 12 is a completely different, you know, it looks completely different. It's not just slightly lower quality, but the colors are different. The whole imagery is completely different to zoom level 13. So when you zoom in and it loads a zoom level 13 or higher image compared to the zoom level 12, you can see the transition. Whereas when you have it set to a minimum zoom level 13, you can't see the transition, and it always looks the same. It just gets a little bit sharper when you zoom in, so you don't really notice the difference. And let's see where we are. We're climbing again. I think we had a restriction, I guess. We'll increase the range. I meant ND. Just, you know, I put the flight plan in and it gives you the magenta line. That's how I've always had it. Dave Cat, thank you very much. Yeah, auto, really happy with its performance. As you've noticed today, not a single stutter on that departure. the CPU, my new CPU definitely helped a lot. You know, your internet speed can be great, but if your CPU can't convert those images that it downloads fast enough for XPlane to use, you're gonna get stutters. So yeah, new CPU making a huge difference. 0 stutters, just like I've downloaded the autos, really. Absolutely very impressive. And recently I found out, due to someone in my Discord, that you can use custom matches and patch files and all sorts with auto. So I'll be doing a video on that and testing it out myself as well. But for now, we can get landing lights and the nose lights off, and the runway turn-off lights can go off as well. I don't really need a logo light, but yeah. 11,000, we are accelerating and climbing. All is looking good then. We can disarm the auto brake as well. XP12 really suffer on less than 8 gig. Yeah, VRAM, yes. Lower fail, I think that will be a pretty big issue. The 6 gig of VRAM there. Yeah, you will struggle with that. I have 8 gig and I have to turn my textures down so I don't, you know, use too much VRAM. And yeah, but tweak it with using the Q8 videos and you should get a nice improvement. Hey, Nikki, welcome. How you doing? With my toeless A346, can't manage to make it follow the purple line. Actually, there's no purple line on the ND for some reason. Maybe it has something to do with navigation data out of... you should be okay even if your nav data is out of date. But that'll be the way you've imported your flight plan most likely. It's maybe not active or something. But you should get it's a white line in the Airbus, isn't it? Not magenta. Yeah, so the Ultima to do this, I can show you right now actually. It's really very simple. All you need to do is go to your C drive where Windows is installed. Go to users, your user. So mine is Drishal, for example. And then did we just? No, we didn't. Okay. And then auto data. Sorry, no. Right, go to your Drishal, your user folder, then you'll see this .auto file here. You can open it using Notepad, and in here you can change a bunch of things for auto. And the minimum zoom level is just here, minimum zoom level to allow. So I've set mine to 13. If you set it too high, you will have higher quality further away. But you would, potentially start to see stutters. So I leave mine on 13 and just, literally change that from 12 to 13 and save. That's all you got to do. So close out of that. Go back here. And to get the line under, you need to input the entire flight plan on FMS. Maybe you're missing one step. Yes, that's what I think. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, a 4090, that is a huge car. And yeah, you can see nice coastlines there as well. That just looks beautiful. Yeah, I put both airport codes in the correct section and then they pop up. I click enter and it seems to be here. Yeah, so Leo Raphael, you can take a look at some of my A340 streams if you want to see how I set up the MCDU, or you can post in my Discord and I can for sure help you out there, or I'm sure someone else can help out as well. We've got a fantastic community on the Discord, a lot of people there, very knowledgeable people helping out, and of course I will do my best to help out where I can as well. The link to the Discord is in the description as well, and if you type !Discord, it will give you a link in the chat as well. Alright. So yeah, not much scenery to see now, in all honesty. as we fly away from Turkey here, but we can see a little bit of nice scenery over there, which we're flying towards actually. Go to the first officer's side. Lovely terrain. So yeah, with that minimum zoom level, we might have zoom level 13, you know, all the way out there, in which case it's completely fine because we don't need a high zoom level, which is, you know, a high quality ortho image when we're this far away, because you're never going to see the detail. And if we had that high quality images all over the, you know, that far out and that range, yeah, your PC would struggle. I'm pretty sure any PC would, which is why we don't increase the minimum zoom level too much. But you know, when we're at the airport, we're getting zoom level of 18 and 17, I think. So you still get that high quality zoom level for sure. What GPU are you rocking right now? I'm using a RTX 3070 Ti with 8 gig of VRAM, and it's very nice. Just needs a bit more VRAM. But other than that, it's a very nice card. Might get sunglasses on for a little bit. It's quite no, we'll leave them off. What sounds using for the MD-11? I'm using the Mango Studios sound pack for the MD-11. A very nice sound pack indeed. And you do get with the Mango Studio sound pack, you know, the this whole menu here, the plugin, and you can change your Pratt & Whitney sounds. And then if you have the Pratt & Whitney engine mods, you can, you know, combine those two really nicely as well. Have an RTX 3060, 12 gig of VRAM, and an i5 9400F. That graphics card, honestly, we're pretty good. 12 gig of VRAM is not bad at all. But yeah, you'll see your CPU might struggle there a little bit, potentially. But you know, we make do with what we have, really, and that's fine. Look at our speed there, Mach 0.86, not bad at all. Ground speed 457, but true airspeed 522 knots. That's not bad at all. We do have a pretty strong headwind, 78 knots. Absolutely, it's a excellent aircraft, this Rotate, and I can't wait for the passenger variant. You know, when people talk about, you know, the best payable aircraft for X-plane, and you know, a lot of the time, obviously, we have the TOLIS and the Flight Factor 777V2 is now up there. Fly JSM Q400. The MD-11 sometimes crops up, sometimes don't. And when I got it, it really did surprise me. It is very, very good. Don't get me wrong, those other aircraft do deserve that, you know, they are very good aircraft. But this MD-11 very much impressed me when I got it, and it was a surprise. It really was, at just how nice it is. And it is a very nice aircraft.
Stabilizer motion.
Yeah, your GPU is bottleneck there, I absolutely agree, most likely. So, just about at 35,000, our cruise altitude. I'm not sure why it stopped off, but I'm sure it'll sort itself out in a second. X-plane is incredibly bright right now. I run auto sim heaven, and some airports only get like 30 FPS at this time. Some airports will impact FPS, some won't. It you know, just depends how well optimized they are. What's your relationship with Mango? So, pretty much, in terms of content, streams, you know, we have a pretty good relationship with Mango in the sense that, you know, I get the sound packs and stuff, and I stream them, and it's beneficial on both sides, really. But all opinions of the sound packs are completely my own. You know, Mango never tell me what to say or anything like that. They just give me the sound pack. Oh look, aircraft flying over here. Is that a BA 777 or an Emirates 777? I think that was an Emirates 777. It is an Emirates 777. Very nice. Anyway, yeah. They just give me the sound pack, I stream it. Beneficial for both sides, really. I do also make the trailers for them as well. That's just, I get commissioned to make the trailers. That's it. That's, you know, that's away from the whole my channel and content creation side. It's just I know how to make trailers and video edit and stuff, you know. So but yeah, very, very grateful to them. One of the first partnerships I had on the channel, and it went a long way, I think, for sure. And yeah, XPlane Aviator, the customer service is fantastic. It really is. What traffic mod are you using? I'm using Traffic Global by JustFlight with some third-party schedules and models, which is a free download from the org, and I will be making a video on that soon as well. You know Mango folks personally, not in not in real life, purely online, but I do talk to them a lot. Calum, who is a moderator for them and a beta tester for them, is a moderator for me as well, and provides great support to your channel. And same with Nikki from Mango Studios as well, as a moderator on my channel and Discord, and is very, very supportive of the channel. So yes, personally, sort of, yeah, but it never gets in the way of my opinions around their products. The number one thing about this channel is the opinions of the products, 100% always my own, never influenced by the developers. I'm in fact reviewing the MD-11. Not the MD-11. I'm reviewing the Magnite 787, as it had a huge update recently. And you know, one of my sort of concerns was, well, it doesn't have the best reputation, so the review potentially, I don't know, I've not tried it yet. I've downloaded it, I've not tried it yet, so but you know, it might be a negative review, and I'm not going to say a product is good if it's not. And you know, they were completely fine with that. The XPlane reviews guys, not Mango Studios, the reviews for XPlane. But yeah, number one thing this channel is built on is trust, really. Same as Q8 Pilot. All opinions, absolutely 100% my own. Flying in IVAO or VATSIM? None. I'm completely offline today. Thank you very much, Raphael. Have you ever used DataRef in XPlane? Do you mean DataRef editor? I've not. I've not used DataRef editor because I've not really developed anything for XPlane, so I've never really had the need for it, to be honest. But I do know, you know, somewhat, a little bit about how DataRefs work and things you can adjust, and yeah, you can turn a bloom off, absolutely. Peter, yeah, you can. I have low VRAM, and whenever I open a plane maker with MD-11 it crashes, so I couldn't install the engine mod. Nikki was able to give me the ACF for the engine mod. If only every company was that good. Yeah, that's, you know, that's what I mean. The customer service is very good from what I've seen, and I know that they do work very hard on their products behind the scenes as well. Madnight is bagged aircraft. Well, I am going to review it and take a look, but you know, when I review it, it's going to be purely based on the current version. I know it's had issues in the past, but if those issues are now fixed, then you know, that's great. So I'll be reviewing the current version. I've not tried it out yet. I know I've heard many things about it, but we'll see. We'll see. So, we're in hold mode, altitude hold mode, but we're just under 35,000, so I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. But that's fine, we're not too far off anyway. Time to explain CUDA. Well, CUDA is sort of a bit of a family name. I am not going to go into too much detail regarding the family name and such, you know, for personal reasons, but it's sort of a family name, and I thought it was a quite cool name for an airline or virtual airline or something. And see, when it really came down to when I was making my livery for the 737, the SEBA 737. Initially I started playing around with putting DrishalMAC2 on there and all that, and it was just, you know, it's too long to put on a livery, if that makes sense, and have it look decent. So then, you know, I thought of CUDA. It just sort of popped into my mind, and I put it in, and the font, it just looked so good, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll stick to it. And then I looked up if any airlines use because I wanted to use, say on VATSIM for example, the CDA prefix for the call sign for CUDA, but CDA is taken by some other airlines, so I use CUD instead. If other people want to fly under CUDA, they can use that on VATSIM for example. And that's the plan once I share my liveries. I'm just in the process of making them all and, you know, sort of really perfecting them. But yeah, it's not much of a story, I know. It just sort of came to me, it sounded cool, and I just, yeah, took it from there really. What controls do you use? I use my Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, and I have some custom 3D printed handles and flap levers and stuff for that. So that I use, because the default Honeycomb airliner handles are really small and not really very good in my opinion. So I 3D printed some myself, designed them, and I will be releasing those at some point as well. And you know, flap detents and all that sort of stuff for various aircraft. I then use a Thrustmaster Boeing yoke as well, and I just want to set a nice little nose view here, even though there's not much to see. But yeah, I then use the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke, and I have a VKB Gladiator, which is 6 years old now. The VKB Gladiator Cosmoshima edition, which is essentially the base of a VKB Gladiator Mark II back in the day, with a space Cosmoshima grip. I've had it for 6 years. Fantastic stick. I use that for my, you know, Airbus flying and stuff where I'm not using the yoke. For combat sims, IL2 as well. It is very, very, very good stick, and I'm sure the new VKB Gladiators are just as good. But this one's 6 years old now. I can't believe it. And yeah, still going strong. In fact, if I cleaned it up a little bit, it would look brand new and perform brand new. It's a very good stick. So you're talking about making a virtual airline in your Discord. That would be awesome. Yeah, so I am thinking about it. Once I get some more liveries out, I need to work out how to make liveries for Microsoft Flight Sim, because I've got no idea how to do it. So I'll do some for the PMDGs and, you know, Phoenix aircraft. And then yeah, I will be looking into doing a virtual airline. Nothing too serious, just something that you guys as you know, my viewers and the community can fly with, you know, using the liveries and all that sort of stuff. Check your perf page if you don't climb as planned. That is a good idea. Let's check that. So we're still on Econ Climb, interestingly, but we are getting there. Maybe we were a little bit heavy for 350, but that's what SimBrief gave us, so, you know, we'll leave it at this for now. But we should be fine. I hope you're not carrying illegal merchandise or merchandise of dubious origin. Absolutely not. It's all 100% legal here with UPS. 3D print, very cool. Yeah, so yeah, I do have a 3D printer. I have a AnchorMake M5C, very nice 3D printer, and part of my I knew how to do it before, but part of my uni course is a lot of CAD work, you know, computer aided design. So we have a lot of CAD work. I'm studying aerospace engineering, if you didn't know. So yeah, got quite decent with CAD, and then I thought, you know, I'm gonna try 3D printing my own flight sim stuff, and I've 3D printed a fair few things around the house and stuff. It's just, I find it very satisfying to be able to 3D print whatever I want, design it however I want. So currently I've got some bigger throttle handles for the Honeycomb Bravo. I printed a notch system for flap detents, but I'm working on a revised version for that, a better version for that right now. So yeah, really cool. I actually really enjoy it. Takes a lot of time though. Have Thrustmaster Boeing and Airbus controlled with Airbus throttle quadrant. Yeah, the Thrustmaster stuff is really good. So I used to have the Thrustmaster Airbus throttle quadrant, which was really good. I do recommend that. It is cheap, and you get what you pay for. It's not the highest quality piece of hardware in the world. It's cheap plastic. It's not overly cheap. It's roughly what you'd expect from something at that price point. But as a budget product and an entry level gear, very, very good. I used to have that before I upgraded to the Honeycomb Bravo. In all honesty, the Honeycomb Bravo is okay. It's okay. My main, I wouldn't say issue is, having 6 axes is really nice. Having a trim wheel is perfect. I mean, the trim wheel is so important because I'm doing my PPL right now, and trimming in GA aircraft, well, any aircraft really, is incredibly important. So the trim wheel I love. I don't use the autopilot panel at all, just because getting it to work with every aircraft is a pain. I don't use switch panel either. I don't use any of the warning lights on there. Again, getting it all to work is just a pain, and I don't think I'd really use it. I use a flap, the GA flap style switch as either flaps in a GA aircraft or in an airliner, my parking brake, and then landing gear is landing gear. It's very good, I just don't use all the features. I don't have the need to really, and it's very big on my desk. But yeah, that's what I use. I do have a Tobii eye tracker as well. Do a look around the cockpit. Thank you, Old Simmer. Thank you very much. In Brazil, it's amazing, the traffic, very active. Thought your cruise out was 335,000 banner shows over 36k. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's showing that, because we are on 35. We are 35,000. So why it shows 36k, I don't know. To be completely honest with you, no idea. But we are, 350, we are set. So I wonder if my banner is showing a different altitude. I may be able to check actually. Although it's normally fine, so I don't know. Yeah, it's just showing altitude. So not entirely sure what's going on there, but it is registering 36,000 for some reason. Are you online? No. I'm offline today. Generally my streams are offline anyway. I don't generally fly on VATSIM or IVAO on a stream, just because it means I can focus on the stream and what I want to show off a little bit more. But we can do online flights as well at some point. Overhead all looking good still. See if we can get some lights up in here. So let's see, where is the lighting on this aircraft? We've got panel lights there, is turned up. Do we have lighting back here somewhere, maybe? Yeah, I guess here, that works. There we are. Very cool. As you can see, really nice sim brief integration as well here. Really very nice with Abitab. Managed to configure all the autopilot switches and toggles for 6 different planes. Lots of trial and error. Used the configurator XP12 and paid version of FSUIPC for Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, it can be done. It can be done for sure. I just wasn't overly bothered about it. So I'm more than happy using my mouse and clicking it. It's better on the stream as well. If I start having everything on hardware and I'm sat here changing the the altitude using my hardware and you guys can't see it when it's like this, it's just, yeah. If I can show everything I'm doing or as much as what I'm doing on the stream, it's better content, I think. So that's another reason why I've not really done that. Even the lights working, oh wow. I honestly didn't know you could get the lights working with an XP12. That's pretty good. Hey, Sim Crashfly, welcome. How you doing, my friend? I'm good, thank you. How are you? What do you think about the Vopass incident? Is that the ATR 72 that went down a few weeks ago? I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing potentially. That was in Brazil, wasn't it? Yeah. So I won't comment too much on it because I don't have the full story details and not particularly looked it up too much, but and absolutely won't be assigning blame or anything like that. But my question is really how it got into that flat spin, not flat spin, just spin in general in the first place. My instructor, my flight instructor, is a ATR 72 pilot, so I spoke to him about it. And he said, there's many precautions in place. You got a stick shaker. There's all sorts of, on the PFD they give all sorts of warning. There's audio warning as well as you're going into a stall. So there's also various flap configurations. So apparently when you go into a stall, you have to put the flaps up to a certain point, or at least in a spin. I can't remember exactly what I said. I think it may have been flaps 15. I believe, and he said from the video it maybe didn't look like that, but icing is seems to be what a lot of people are saying right now, for sure. But yeah, I don't know really. It's gonna take a while. Definitely something I'll keep my eye on when the report comes out. I know that might take a while, but I will for sure. It's a very tragic accident, but we have to learn from it. I think this is the most important thing. We do have to learn from these things. Take a look at the Honeycomb configurator tool. Took me a while, but a tech guy like yourself, it'll be a snap. Yeah, I did actually, when I got the Honeycomb, I did take a look at that, and yeah, it works, it's fine. I might actually just go ahead and get it done on normal aircraft. It's just that it will take a while, so maybe I'll do it at some point if I have the time. But how much I'd use it, I'm not too sure. Learned a lot about data refs. Yeah, I do want to learn a bit more about it for sure as well. Yeah, I think icing is currently what most people seem to be saying. And my instructor did say he looked at the weather when it happened, and there was definitely icing in the region. So it could have happened. Well, it could have been the cause, but it shouldn't have been the cause. If that makes sense, There are procedures, of course, in place to prevent that icing. But ATRs are pretty notorious for the icing as well, so. We won't really know until we get the full report, I suppose, which could take a while, probably a year or two at the very least, I suspect. It's definitely not something which is a clear-cut accident. Nearing top of descent then. And let's see, about 80 miles out. If we go here to, let's see, is it the, yeah, so to top of descent, 83 nautical miles. We are live weather, not live time right now. Curious how HECA is looking. So, well, I checked it out after I did my ortho with the patch file, McGregor, and it looked absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice. Nice mesh as well. So we are landing in HECA, so we've not checked it out on the stream yet, but we will be doing in a bit. And with the orthos I've made, with the patch file, ortho 1.4 by the way, guys. Yeah, fantastic. Really, really nice. And the airport from TaiModels has been done very well as well. Is there a passenger variant version planned for the MD-11? There is, and it's coming soon. It's coming soon. There is already a trailer out for it as well, apparently. Well, on the xplane, on the xplaneforum.org YouTube channel. It is coming soon. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I really am. Hey, Codex, welcome. Yeah, live again, absolutely. We'll be live again tomorrow as well, or is it tomorrow? No, we'll be live on Wednesday. Sorry, Thursday. We'll be live on Thursday. And I'm going to test out the Magnite tomorrow. If it's good enough to stream, I'll stream the Magnite. If not, it'll be something else. Probably the 737. My father recorded a video in the ATR, episode 458, if you want to check it out after. It's so good. I will check it out for sure. That sounds really interesting. I don't know a huge amount of about the ATR because we don't have a good one in the sim. It's probably one of the aircraft I really, really want in the sim, and I've always said it is the ATR 72. In XP12 would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out. That sounds really interesting. And you know, like I said, my instructor flies the ATR, so I ask him a lot of questions about it. When did I join your channel? I think it was, you were probably gifted by Leaf. You were probably gifted a membership. Did you try the SSG? I don't know if it's worth to buy. I've not tried the SSG myself, but from what I've seen, it's getting better and better. So I am tempted to try it. Is it worth to buy? There's other aircraft which I would suggest probably getting first, unless you really, really want the 747 800. You know, the Flight Factor 777 V2. I know it's not available yet, but that's definitely better. The TOLIS stuff is better. The 757, 767 is probably maybe better. I'm not sure. Definitely this, the Rotate MD-11. But the SSG, yeah, I do want to try that out. Q8 Pilot did a stream on it. One of his last couple of streams, I think, a couple of months ago. So from what I've heard, it's good for the price. You know, it's not an expensive aircraft as such compared to other aircraft. So yeah, definitely want to check it out. Do you know how I can make X-Plane 11 more realistic looking? Well, there's orthos for a start. Orthos is pretty big. Sim Heaven as well for X-Plane 11. What else? I'm trying to remember. Enhanced Skyscapes is now free. They'll give you 3D volumetric clouds, and they're very, very good. Makes a massive difference, so you can check those out too. Apparently Discord has gone down. Interestingly. Reshade, yeah. I always had issues with Reshade personally, but Reshade did work very well for a lot of people, so you can try it. It always caused crashes for me, so I generally stayed away from it. ShadeX will work though. Ortho is not compliant with X-Plane 11. It is. When I said orthos, I meant ortho for XP and ortho. Yeah, they are both compatible. Did you know they closed Instagram on Turkey for 2 weeks? I did not know that. Interesting. Getting close to our top of descent here. What a beautiful aircraft. Very, very nice. Videos in 777, Embraer E2. Ooh, that's cool. Embraer E2. Not seen many of those around. A320neo, A350 727, A330 767. Very cool. I will have to take a look for sure. Don't know why, but I have some issue downloading Ortho. Can you help me by any chance? Yes, for sure. Just put a post in the X-Plane help section on my Discord, and for sure I can help there. Discord isn't that. Yeah, I think I just needed to restart my Discord, and it's fine now. It seems like. Does TaiModels compatible with auto? Some CNV mesh broke auto texture. Yes, it is. I used it earlier with auto and it's fine. TaiModels, it doesn't come with a custom mesh, so it worked fine for me. The mesh in a couple of areas around Cairo in general was a little bit strange, but that's nothing to do with the airport. Luckily, I was provided very kindly with a patch file, and it fixed all of that, and I flattened the airport, and it looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it should work with auto. It should work. But I did find out there's a way to use auto patch files with auto, so I'll be doing a video on that. The advantage of only carrying cargo is that passengers do not complain about hard landings. Yes, and I'm sure we're going to get a hard landing in this. This MD-11 is a tricky one to land for sure. It really is. Right. So, our first altitude, I'm just going to set 10,000 on the MCP here. Get ready for our descent. We are pretty much going straight into our ILS. Couldn't relate. I'm amazing at landing the MD-11. Horrible at landing the 320. Oh, that's the opposite of most people. Normally people can sort of land the 320 but can't land the MD-11. But yeah, MD-11, high landing speed, high angle of attack. High angle of attack just means, you know, you don't have as much elevator authority as well, and you need to flare earlier than you think you do, and yeah. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, it's a horrible one to land. That being said, the flight model in this Rotate MD-11 is superb, one of the best in X-Plane. Obviously, I've never flown a real MD-11, but it feels so good. It really does. I always really enjoy flying this aircraft because of just how good the flight model is. Usually land at 140 knots. Yeah, that seems quite high. Sorry, quite low. As you can see here, my V approach is 159 with flap 28. As you can see, 159. Sorry, with flap 35. So yeah, high speed to land. There it goes. There's our descent. You can see a bit of Cairo coming into view now. Had a huge break in flight sim. I just learned how to land again today. Oh, very good. I've actually been learning to land in real life in the Cessna 152 for my PPL. Definitely not as easy as you think. Landing is indeed one of the hardest portion of the flight, but very satisfying when you get it right, for sure. Use XP realistic, find that it's a bit exaggerated in landing forces and turns. I do. Oh, I don't have it enabled actually. Thank you for reminding me. I do use it, and you can just turn the shape, you know, the touchdown, the movement way down if you want to. So, yeah. You can just turn it down. It does need some adjusting from default, absolutely, it does. Really struggle landing 757, not sure why it feels super heavy on the controls. Yeah, the flight model for the 757 is not perfect for sure. It is a bit more it is quite difficult to land compared to a 7.3 or something. I haven't found it to be heavy on controls as such, but it's a little bit harder to land. Going to be 15 next year, going to flight school for my PPL. Well, I wish you good luck. That's really cool, starting so early. Wish you luck, and that's a really cool thing you're doing. You know, learning to fly is fantastic. Really, really love it. 757 is quite heavy on controls. Pilots in our unit compare it to being similar to the 135 in feeling. Now, aka an overpowered sports car versus the control forces of a truck. Oh really? So it's meant to be like that. Interesting. See, I guess I assumed, because it's got that sports car, like, you know, power, as you say, that it should be, I guess, sort of twitchy on the control, but I guess not. Either float it or slam it. You know, in all honesty, I'm the same. I don't get many, you know, really good landings with it. I either float it or it just slams. They also note that the power pool on the 757 is 20 to 30 foot above ground level, whereas the 7.6 needs power into the flare. Yes, absolutely. How fast are you descending? About 2,000 feet per minute, maybe 3. Or the chart gets squashed up there on that indicator. Looks like we actually need some speed brake. Don't be so hard on yourself when landing. IRO a normal landing rate for 737 it's around 150 to 200. Yes, yeah. And yeah, you know, if you have a strong crosswind, wet runway, then you don't want to be landing really smooth, because you will, you know, you do then get in a danger zone of sort of skidding off the runway and all that sort of stuff. What about 500 feet per minute? Honestly, that's not bad. You know, that is hard. It's on the harder side, but it's not bad. acceptable, I'd say. Lovely. This is all still auto, not in the regular auto for XP section just yet. It looks very, very good. Descending nicely. Yeah. What's your ideal landing speed for a 340 or 320? There really isn't one. It's very dependent on a lot of things. You know, winds, the weight of the aircraft, even runway length. I'm pretty sure is factored in sometimes. So you know, I'd say a 320 on average. You're looking at between around 130 knots, maybe higher, maybe lower, depending on your weight and wind. 340, I generally get between 150 and 160 knots, a little bit faster. But the aircraft will calculate all that sort of stuff for you. So you just use your V approach speed, add 5 if you need to. Alright, so we're descending nicely, slightly high on the profile, but only by what, 200, is that 200 feet? So 270 feet, so descending nicely. 10,250 knots, that's fine. Do I have a program to calculate to know the landing speed? The aircraft will do it for you. And some aircraft have a, in the EFB here, we'll have a landing, you know, the landing performance calculator. But it depends which aircraft you're flying and in which sim. IRA, they don't have landing rates, they more consider runway conditions, winds, landing speeds. The normal float is around 7 seconds. Yes, absolutely, yeah. So we're at 15,000. All this auto looking very nice. A very nice approach here. And we're just going direct to the center fix now, really. At Santos Dumont, SBRJ in Rio de Janeiro, the soft landing does not apply, otherwise you end up in the sea. Yeah, see, some airports, if you're on a really short runway, then you just get it down by, you know, whatever means. You're not gonna float it. And yeah, V-Sky check is absolutely right. Golden rule is that the more stable on approach and final, the better the landing. Yeah, so you know, the key to a good landing really also is a really nice stable approach as well. If your approach is all over the place, your landing is definitely not going to be as good. Right, so ILS auto tunes on this aircraft, doesn't it? Let me check that. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't think it does, unless I'm looking too early, but I'm going to do it anyway. 115.2. Nope, it's not 115.2, it's 1099. And then the course is 044. We'll put that in. And it's... It'll be this one. Yeah, I Zulu Foxtrot Charlie. So put that in. Perfect. Approaching 10,000 then, so lights can go on. And our platform altitude is 2,500, so I'm going to set that now. Clear ourselves all the way down to there. So 2,500 is set. Everything here looks good. Landing rate will go medium. They say it's not too good to land soft either. There's a chance that the auto brakes will not activate. Potentially, I guess, yeah. But yeah, overly soft landing. Especially if it's windy, you'll just get blown right off the runway. I mean, I've had it when I was training. Fairly, not particularly wide runway, and I floated it a little bit. And just, you know, started blowing off to the right of the runway, and eventually I went around. Might damage link system in the gears. Oh wow, didn't know that. And our minimums, we should set that as well. Is 517. So let's set that. No, that's QNH. Oh, we didn't set standard on QNH. Completely forgot about that one. What's our local QNH here in Cairo then? 1012. So let's get that set. And then minimums, that wants to be Barrow. And set 517. 517 set, perfect. We're slowing down nicely as well before we get below 10,000. Do you think my GTX 1660 Ti can use FPS Gen mod? From Microsoft Flight Sim or XPlane? Do you mean lossless scaling? Potentially. Very nice. Look at this autos. Really, really nice indeed. We have a major city there, looks like. Very nice FPS. You can see my native FPS is still 54. But really good FPS. XPlane 11, so lossless scaling. Should do. What's your normal FPS? Because you need at least sort of, as a minimum, 25 to 30, I would say. As an absolute minimum. Alright. Alright, so about 40 miles out, we should be okay here. Auto brake medium. It wants it off for now, but we'll leave it. It's fine. Max graphics like 30. Okay, you should be okay then. Maybe turn your graphics down so you can achieve a stable 40 FPS. And then yeah, you should be fine. Brainial Access to talk about not landing soft. They certify the brakes and landing gear quality of their aircraft. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So the altitude showing on my on the banner at the top of the screen is about 400-ish feet more, if not 500 feet more than what is shown on my altimeter, which is interesting. There's a Cairo International Airport over there in the distance. And I think we're good to go here. Everything on the overhead looks good to go for the landing. Alright. There, we're below 10,000 now, so we're descending nicely. We'll slow it down as well as we please. We're at 240 knots. Let's actually let's keep it at 240 like that. Yes, absolutely no cracking XP12. And yeah, sorry for the lack of wing view today. Like I said, it's the first flight I've had in this aircraft on my new PC, and I just didn't have time to set up wing views and stuff today, but I will have all that set up for next time. There's the nose view. Very nice. Really enjoyed flying this MD-11 today. Beautiful. So as you can see, no GS, no localizer yet. That's fine. Obviously, we're nowhere near the approach yet. Reapproach 159, that's fine. Yellow looks good. We're landing flaps 35. Flaps 50 is just way too much drag. So we don't really need flaps 50 today. I have an error named last call and a lot of messages on my auto when I try to download auto. If you can send a screenshot of the error into my Discord in the xplane help section, I'm more than happy to take a look. Try and fix it. I think I know what error you're referring to. But yeah, if you send a screenshot, I'll take a look. Maybe my head tracking here. Very nice. Descending nicely here. As we get closer to center fix, we will slow it down. So we're 26 miles out, that's fine. What a beautiful aircraft. All those buildings below there. Sim heaven. Working very nicely for us. Beautiful. Gotta love tri-jets. Auto brake is set. We've got auto brake medium set. Even though the aircraft wants it off, but that's fine. I guess when we put the gear down, that'll go away. Yeah, I do have auto install tutorials on my channel. I do have actually one that I'm making right now, coming out soon as well. A new install tutorial for auto. Wonder if you can butter it. Well, we'll see. I really hope so. But we'll see. How are we doing? 20 miles out. We're still okay. And the center fix, I just want to check here. CF05 is 10 nautical miles out. That's fine. DB Vetter, welcome. Do you put the ILS into the NavRad button? Yeah, so in NavRad here I put the ILS frequency and the course as well. I'll just put that in there. Everything here is still looking good. We had absolutely beautiful weather today, the whole time. There is the airport. You can see the orthos that are included with TaiModels. It's slightly different shade, that's fine, obviously. Looking very good. There's the airport. There's Cairo below us. Slowing down very nicely here. We should see the pyramids as well, actually, out over here. Here's a river Nile. There's the city of Cairo, and the pyramids are just out here somewhere, I believe. Maybe when we get closer we'll be able to see them, but that'd be pretty cool. I only do it sometimes, not all the time. Yeah, I can't remember if it automatically does it, if it automatically sets CILS for you or not. Can't remember. But yeah, we're descending nicely. SimHeaven is compatible with SFD Global. I don't think so. They do two different things as far as I know. I'm not sure if SFD Global is updated for XP12 either at the moment. There's the airport. There's Cairo. Oh, there's the pyramids. Or one of them at least. Maybe if I do this, this will be a bit better. Here we are. There's one pyramid. I don't know if that's the Pyramid of Giza or not. There's Cairo. The Sphinx is down there somewhere. I'm sure it's modelled in X-plane, if I remember right. Looks like there's only one pyramid there. There should be multiple, right? There should be 3 at least. Can't see the Sphinx either, unless I'm looking in the wrong place.
Altitude.
Right, let's focus on the flying. Oh, we need to slow down. So, let's slow it down 180 here. Didn't realise you take off from Antalya. Yeah, we did, yeah. Is all the scenery sim heaven? It is. It is. And ortho for XP. What is our cargo for Cairo? Beers and marbles, yeah. Maybe not beers. I don't know. Do cargo pilots know what they're transporting normally, or is it just boxes and they take it? Right. Let's arm the approach. Land armed. We're slowing down. Let's go flaps 15. Retractive speed brake and arm it. There it is. Beautiful. Look at that. And yeah, this is max object density and buildings to the absolute max right now, so I hope we didn't completely overshoot the localizer. Okay, we did a little bit, but we're fine. Slowing it down nicely here. Localizer, glide slope, we're descending then.
25.
Just an error in your Discord. Okay, I'll look when we finish the stream for sure. Yes, another type of cargo. Oh, do they? Alright, well, what are we transporting today then? I'll let you guys pick. And we can go, shall we just go flaps 30?
Landing gear.
Just to save
Landing gear.
a bit of time. Gear down.
Landing gear. Landing
And reapproach is 159.
Landing gear.
Gear is going down,
Landing gear. Landing gear.
I hope.
Landing gear.
Alright, we're nicely on localizer, nicely on the glide slope.
Landing gear.
Is it locked?
Stabilizer motion.
And it's locked. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Thanks for subscribing. There's our high angle of attack. We are flaps 35, 4 miles out. Perfect. Look at this approach. Ready to see just how nice that runway texture is. So, let's, I don't know if my autopilot disconnect button, it doesn't. Right, so let's disconnect the autopilot.
Autopilot.
I have control.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
I should. There we are. And it is out of trim,
1000.
but we'll correct. Follow the flight directors in. Honestly, I've no idea how a go-around would work in a MD-11. I will have to take a look at that and study how to do one. I'm sure it's quite simple, but there isn't a toga button as such, is there? So I wouldn't know how that works. Maybe you hit approach land again. Oh, there is a bit of wind I can feel here.
500.
See how high our nose is. We're about 5-6 degrees pitched up. Standard is about 2.5 degrees, so quite a high nose pitch here. Those are approaching minimums. Perfect on the speed. Don't let the nose drop. Oh, it wasn't bad in the end. Nose wheel down. Nose wheel came down a bit hard. Reverse is out. Plenty of runway. Oh wow, look at the we did not need auto brake medium. I'm just going to disconnect those. And there's a rollout then. Very nice. I'm happy with that. Let's slow it down with the toe brakes then. 174, 175. That's not bad at all. And you can already see these absolutely fantastic textures here on the runway. We'll take this next exit. Look at the reflections here on the PFD as well. Really cool. Flaps can go up then. In fact, I should turn my head tracking on. So we're going to the cargo terminal. And let's get the lights off. And we're going off here. Disarm the speed brake. We can take this left there. So nose lighted taxi. High intensity light off, which is our strobe light. And let's make this turn here. There it is. And yeah, we will take, where we're going, there it is. Jeez, that is bright. I can't even see the taxi line on my monitor. I think I need to play around my monitor settings a bit. We'll take a look at the replay. Thank you all very much. And where's APU? APU power. Get that started, make a right turn. You can see here there the Egypt Air cargo. Is that a 330 cargo? Very nice. And we'll park somewhere here. And then we'll take a look at the replay, and then we'll take a look at the airport last. Another safe sim set down. Yeah, absolutely. Got her down. Quite happy with that one, honestly. Really happy with that one. Right, lights off then. Oh no. No, come on. That way is off. And we'll park here. Next one. Incredibly bright. I need to play around with my setting. I can see it's not as bright on my stream, so it's definitely with my monitor. No martial law, I guess. Interesting. I'll have to investigate that. That might be an issue on my side. But we can stop it there. Set the parking brake. There it is. And alrighty then. Let's get the APU started. Yes. Bleed on. And off the engines go. Is MD-11 easy to learn? You know, it actually is. It's like a hybrid between Boeing and Airbus. So if you're good with a 737 or something, and an A320, you'll be good with this. It's not too bad. Killed a few taxi lights. I did. I did. Slipped on the couch when trying to grab some cookies when you landed. Should have buckled up. X-plane beta. Oh, did X-plane just get a beta update? Very interesting. But yeah, let's get this aircraft fully shut down, and then we'll take a look at the replay, then take a look at the airport. So, emergency exit lights off, logo lights off, beacon off. Nav, I guess I'll leave it on because that's how it is cold and dark, so we'll leave that on. ADA's off. By no means a procedure shutdown, but bleed off. APU off. Turn on power off. I'll just get rid of the gen. And then the battery can go off as well. And there it is. So, let's extend 12.1 B2 out. Oh, very cool. We'll take a look at the patch notes after this replay. Let's take take a look. I'm just gonna end my Volanta flight. So, and got a friend request. Let's accept that. All right, let's take a look at this landing then. Actually, very happy with it. All right, so it's very loud, isn't it? Nice sounds, but quite loud. So let's take a look. Engine start sounds just a bug with the sound pack on the replay. But there you go, it goes back to normal now. Oh, that wasn't bad at all. I'm very happy with that. Nose wheel came down a bit firm, but that wasn't bad at all. Center line as well. Barely. Look how quickly we slowed down as well. We did not need that medium auto brake. Wow. Take a look at a few of the different angles here. Not bad. I'm really happy with that one. Well, MD-11, can't complain at all. There it goes. Yeah, we did not need that. The stopping power on the MD-11, that's really surprised me actually. Let's see how centerline we were. What a plane. Not bad. We were slightly to the left of centerline, but not too bad at all, actually. You can see the runway curvature there as well, downsloping. By default, the airport is flat, but with the custom mesh patch, you can disable the flatten airport option, and you get this. This is more realistic as far as I know. Beautiful. Do we have a nice tower view? We'll make one here. Go to the tower. We just pause it. Nice, yeah, nice sloping runway. And McGregor, thank you very much. You can see just how well this patch file has worked. Look at the mesh over here. It looks really cool. This embankment along this taxiway. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. So, there's the aircraft. Look at this. This view here. Yeah, really happy with that landing actually. That was I was concentrating for that one. Yeah, I definitely was concentrating for that one. Oh yeah, beautiful. Right in the touchdown zone as well. On the aiming point. Beautiful livery. Lovely sounds. Alright, well let's just end that. Just disable XP realistic because the sounds can get a little bit annoying when we're outside the airport, the aircraft for extended periods of time. Take a look at the chat here. Try pressing Shift S. Personally, I like the picture a little bit darker. Yeah, so we can enable sunglasses as well. Better than normal landing. It was so good. Thank you very much. In Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, on that final approach, only a Hurricane would have moved the aircraft like that. Yeah, the aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim tend to be quite static, don't they? I've found as well. Still enjoy it. Still enjoy the sim though. So yeah, we'll check out the patch notes for the new beta in a second, but I want to show off the airport here. And again, a big thank you to TaiModels, who did provide the scenery completely for free on the channel for me to review. That being said, of course, all the opinions on this scenery are completely my own. Again, he's not said that I must say this, I must say it's good, this, that, whatever. you know, he just gave it to me and said, you know, provide an honest review. So that's what I'm doing here. And I got to say, when I first loaded it up, very, very nice. You can see the orthos. You get a decent amount that comes with it. This different shade. It's slightly sort of darker orangish colored than my custom orthos, but you get a really nice amount. As you can see, it's a massive airport. The runways are quite spread out. The textures are absolutely fantastic. It really, you know, caught my eye. It really did. See Discord for update video. Oh, cool. I will. Yeah. So the textures really caught my eye. They are very, very good indeed. I mean, here you got, you know, we got wheel marks and tire marks, all sorts of grunges going on here. You know, oil spills and various dirt. It just makes the airport look really nice and used. Very, very nice. You can see we have the custom jetways. We've got VGGS systems here as well. All very, very nice. There is the interior is partially modeled as well. You can see here the signs, much better, and an improvement as well upon last time model scenery. The X-plane race is a bunch of shipping boats. Oh, really? Right. Well, we'll take a look after this. Yeah. So got a partially modeled interior, and I like this. It doesn't have to be, in my opinion, an interior super modeled. Because we're not going to be spending much time in here. You know, it's a flight sim. I'm spending my time out there on the ramp in the aircraft. So this is perfect. You know, when you're parked outside here and looking in, it looks alive. Maybe some 3D people would help a little bit. But it looks good to me. And then I do want to show you over here. So here's the rest of the airport. Very nice. And look at the modeling here. Beautiful. This mesh must be really hard to replicate in XPlane, and actually the mesh does kill FPS a little bit there, this really fine mesh, but he's put a lot of work and effort into this whole area here. Just looks fantastic. I mean, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. This whole area here with the signs as well, translated to Arabic and also in English, of course. Very nice. Got a lobby sort of check-in section here as well. Now, right, where is it? There was in one of the buildings. I think it's here. So when we enter, we have this is just modeled very. Here it is. The statue here. Very nice modeling on that. I mean, the quality is incredible. Even these ridge lines. Very, very nicely done. A nice detail. I'm sure this is something unique about Cairo airport if you are familiar with it in real life. But yeah, modeling, very nice. Texture work, really nice. You got custom vegetation here, as you can see. Trees that are 3D animated that you'd expect in this region as well. Just all in all, very, very nicely done. TaiModels has yet again made a fantastic airport for us. Look at this road, custom vegetation. Looks really cool. Randomly placed as well. I don't see any pattern there, so that looks really good. Got billboards. They're empty, but we do have billboards. Yeah, runway texture is really nice. This one's slightly different. There's patches, as you can see there. All the wear and tear. Runway signs as well. Just generally very, very good. If you are planning to get it, then I can highly recommend it. Very nice on frames as well. Nice orthos you get with it. Just all in all, great scenery, high quality. There is a lack for some reason of parked aircraft with traffic global, but you can just turn on the default parked aircraft option in X-plane settings. I do have an Egyptian cargo A330 here, I guess so. But yeah, very, very nice airport. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. I mean, just look at these textures here. Very, very nice. Nice quality on those as well. I mean, look at that. Really, really cool. So I do think it's quite good. Obviously, actually not really many issues. The night lighting is actually quite good. Let's take a look here. Let all the lighting load, and yeah, night lighting really nice. I think the stands could be maybe a little bit brighter. They're a little bit dim. But they look good. Got the lighting here for the approach. Again, this is default lighting that comes with the scenery. So approach lighting there, pretty standard, but as far as I know, accurate. And then, yeah, the lighting over here is actually very good. The tower, as you can see, is lit up nicely. This area is lit up really nicely. I quite like it. It's quite visible. In terms of accuracy, I've never been to this airport in real life, so I don't know. But it looks pretty good to me. It does. It looks very good, especially from up here. I mean, look at that. Really, really nice. So, right now we need to take a look at these patch notes. So, let's take a look at that. But yeah, can definitely recommend this scenery if you are looking for a good Cairo scenery. It's a nice sort of location. Nice base to have in Northern Africa as well. Even for some long hauls with Egypt Air. X-plane. I don't see any release notes yet for Beta 2. I am looking in the background here. What's new in 12.1.2? I don't think I can play the video on my stream. Oh, that's the older video. Okay. Yeah, I can't find the patch notes. Oh, here, I think our good friend V-SkyCheck has I can't put the patch notes on the... There it is. All right, so that should have switched. All right, so Beta 2 then. Thank you very much, V-SkyCheck, for that. I couldn't see it in their Discord for some reason, though. No cars. So we'll take a look at TaiModels in Egypt again. Sorry, Cairo in a second. If you want to look at cars, we'll do that in a second. Let's just take a look at this. So anchors instead of brakes for seaplanes. So you can have anchor commands. That's pretty cool. Fixes and enhancements. General user aircraft shown on the map again. Ah, yes, that was a bug I noticed. Various replay fixes. Scenery. All ships got updated to use our new photometric lights at day. We improved the wakes for boats, increased the number of boats shown in scenery. We added support for dual docking jetways at the following airports: London, Frankfurt, Munich, Dubai, JFK, Chicago, Atlanta, LA, San Francisco, Honolulu, and Tokyo. Removed the windsock for the 10 approach at TFFJ. Aircraft fixed small bugs with Airbus and Boeing and FMC. Current flap setting now displayed correctly on the new hood. Actually will be displayed correctly on the new hood. And then some API stuff, new boats, I guess. This is stuff included in the previous update, yeah. So just bug fixes basically, and the jetway, dual jetway support, I suppose. So that's pretty much it. You said cars. You mean parked cars? I think there were some. There's none there. Maybe there's not. Oh, there is some here. Here we are. There is some parked cars. Just not many, I suppose, to save performance. But, you know, that's fine. Not overly bothered about parked cars. There is some buses, coaches there. There is cars around in the car parks. Just not that many. That Emirates A380 just spawned in. Very, very nice indeed. Well, anyway, that's going to be the end of the stream. Taking a look at TaiModels Cairo Airport. A very, very good scenery for sure, and I can definitely recommend it as well. It's really very good, as always with TaiModels, you know. So that's gonna be the end of the stream. I'll be back on Thursday, most likely. Well, hopefully in the Magnite, if it's good enough, in the Magnite 787. If not, then the 737 from Zebo. So I'll see you all then. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.